Hey guys, today I'll be showing you 12 really easy to learn OLL algorithms that you can probably all learn in one day since they're so similar to each other. I'd recommend that you learn them one by one in the order that I show them because they build off of each other, so if you don't know the one before, it'll be harder to learn the ones further in the video. And just a quick disclaimer, the algorithms I'm showing you in this video might not be the most efficient solutions, but they are the absolute easiest to learn and will allow you to do one look OLL, which is still much faster than 2 or 3 look, which is why these are so great for beginners. I actually still use most of these and I'm sub 14, so they don't hold you back that much, but keep it in mind for when you're trying to reach sub 15 or sub 10 and you want to be as efficient as possible. So the first case is called soon, and it looks like this with the yellow cross solved, plus an additional yellow corner in the bottom left if you look at it from the top down. The way you recognize this from Antisaloon is that the soon has a singular yellow corner facing you in the front right like this, whereas Antisaloon will have it on the right side. So this is your soon, and you're going to hold it like this. And the way you do this is with an R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. The way I like to think of it when I'm memorizing it is you're kind of taking out this corner and edge pair that's in the front right slot. You move it over one, then you want to put it back in the slot. So what you do is do an R to open up the slot, do a U2 to bring it into its position, and then you just do an R prime to return the white back to normal. And that's kind of how I memorize this algorithm. The next algorithm is called Antisaloon. It looks exactly the same from the top as the soon with the yellow cross solved in the corner in the bottom left, but the difference is you don't have that yellow facing you. Instead, it's on the right side now. So the way we're going to hold this is with the yellow corner in the top right now. So it's a little bit different from soon. To do the algorithm, we're going to do an R, U2, R prime, U prime, R, U prime, R prime. Also, here is a faster alternative way of doing the Antisaloon algorithm. So instead of holding the yellow in the top right, you're going to hold it in the top left now, and you're going to have this yellow facing you. So what you're going to do is an R prime, U prime, to take it out from the back essentially. You're going to do an R, U prime, R prime, U2, and put that back in. So it's kind of like using the pair in the back because you can execute faster with your right hand. Alright, so now this next case is very similar to the soon algorithm. So it's the lightning bolt case with these two yellows facing you. There's another version of this case where the yellows aren't facing you, so it's important to make sure that this 1x2 block is right there. And the algorithm is the same as the soon algorithm, except the first R is going to be a lowercase r or a wide R. So what I mean by that is you're going to do an R, but you're also going to move the middle layer with it, like this. So if this green is our front, like normally I do an R like this. Instead, I'm going to grab the right layer and the middle layer and just do an R like this. So that's what a lowercase r is. Now we're going to do a U, R prime, U, R, U2. So all of that was exact same as the soon algorithm. And the only difference is instead of doing an R prime like this in soon, we're going to do a lowercase r prime again. And that'll solve it. So it's just the first R and the last R prime are lowercase, and the rest of it is the same as the soon algorithm. So the next case is exactly the same as our last lightning bolt case, except it's a mirrored version of it. So instead of the lightning bolt being on the left side like it was last time, it's now on the right side, and the two blocks are on the front left. So what we're going to do is the exact same algorithm, but with our left hand. So you're going to do a lowercase l prime, do a U prime, L, U prime, L prime, U2, or you could do a U2 prime, it would be the same thing, and then a lowercase l again to return the white to normal. It's exactly the same as the right-handed version, but you just execute the same algorithm with your left hand. So for this next case, just like how the lightning bolt was a slight variation of the soon case, this block or 2x2 square case is a variation of the Antisaloon case. So and the difference is exactly the same as it was for the lightning bolt and soon case, where we're going to start with the Antisaloon algorithm, but the first R and the last R prime are going to be lowercase instead of capitalized, which means they're a wide R move. So we're going to start like this, where the block is here, and you've got these two yellows facing you. So we're going to do our lowercase r to bring the right side and the middle layer with it. We're going to do our lowercase u2, our r prime, that's normal, u prime, r, u prime. So that's all like the regular Antisaloon, and then a lowercase r prime. So that's the only difference, the first and last r's. Alright, this next case is the exact inverse of the last 2x2 block case that we looked at. The way you can recognize this is because the block is the exact same, it just depends on how you look at it. So if we hold the 2x2 block in the top left, you'll see you have these other two yellows, and these ones are offset. So basically, you don't want the two yellows to be on the same layers as the 2x2 block. You want them to be offset like this. So now we're going to do a lowercase l prime, which is essentially just like an L prime, but we're going to move the middle layer with it, just like we did with the R. Then you're going to do a U2, like that. We're going to do an L, U, L prime, U, lowercase l, just like that, and it'll solve the yellow. It's the same as the right-handed block case, but just with your left hand. Alright, moving on to our next case, we've got the T OLL case. The way you recognize it from the other T case is that it's got these headlights here. So that's how you're going to recognize this case. And the algorithm for this is F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. Alright, now moving on to our next case. This kind of builds off of the same template that we used on the last T case. So the way you recognize this first case is, it kind of looks like a lowercase d if you look at it from the top down. The way you recognize it is you're going to have a full bar of yellow on the left side. Now, the way you're going to do this is the same as the last algorithm, but we're going to use a wide F instead of a regular F. So you're going to do a lowercase or wide F like this. Lowercase and wide mean the same thing. Now if I do the remaining algorithm, R, U, R prime, U prime, then I can do a lowercase f prime again to return it back to normal. And that's our algorithm right there. So the only difference between this and the T case is that the f's are lowercase moves or wide moves instead of regular f moves like that. And as you may have guessed, the next case is the mirrored version of our last case. So this looks like a lowercase b instead of a lowercase d because you've got this bar on the left and then this 2x2 block here. And then if you look on the right side, look at that. We've got our 3 in a row yellows perfectly aligned like that. So that's how you're going to recognize that this is this lowercase b case. So we're going to do a wide f prime like this with the f and the middle layer going together. Then it's an L prime, U prime, L, U, and then we're going to return our original f, lowercase f prime that we did by doing a lowercase f. So now this next OLL case is very similar yet again to our number 7 T case. And the way you recognize it is you've got this backwards L. So it's going to be, you're going to position in the top left like this. And then you've got these headlights on the left side and these two yellows facing you on the front right. So the algorithm itself is the exact same as the T case, except the trigger in between we're going to be repeating 2 times instead of doing it once. So let me show you what I mean. We're going to do an F, then you're going to do your R, U, R prime, U prime, and then you're going to do it again, R, U, R prime, U prime. Then just do an F prime, and done. So it's exactly the same algorithm as that T case, except you're repeating the inner 4 moves a second time. So this one is really easy to memorize. And of course, this algorithm also has a left-handed mirror of it. So the way you recognize it is you've got the yellow and the yellow L. This time it's not inverted, it just looks like an actual L. And then you got the headlights on the right side this time, and then these 2 yellows in the front left now instead of earlier when they were in the front right. So the left-handed algorithm goes like this. F prime, L prime, U prime, L, U. We're going to repeat those 4 moves again. L prime, U prime, L, U, and then just do an F to return it back to normal. And there we go. So it's the same as that the right-handed L case, but we just repeat the same algorithm with our left hand. Alright, now on to our final easy case of this video. This one also is similar to the last one that we looked at. They're similar to the right-handed L case, so 2 cases ago. And the only difference is we're going to be doing a lowercase f or a wide f instead of a regular f. To recognize this case, you're going to look at this horizontal bar. There are no other yellows on the top, but then you've got these headlights on the left side, and you've got this yellow bar here and a yellow bar at the back. To execute the algorithm, we're going to do a lowercase f, r, u, r prime, u prime, which was our trigger. We're going to repeat it again, r, u, r prime, u prime, and we're going to end off with a lowercase f prime. So yeah, it's very similar to the left-handed L case, which is number 10, and it's the exact same, but with a lowercase f move, so it's very easy to memorize if you've already got that one memorized. Alright guys, that was it for this video. These algorithms are really easy to memorize if you memorize them in the order that I showed you, because they kind of build off of each other, and if you've learned the previous one, the next one is a little bit easier to learn, because it's kind of like the same template with a small minor change that you have to pay attention to. If you guys found this video helpful, please leave a like, it would help me out a lot, and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and click on the bell to be notified of future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.